This storm will kill you.
Look! I'm telling you! You know what I mean,
But if
folks?
rich people aren't looking out for us, who is?
It makes no difference which one of us you vote for. Either way, your planet is doomed.
You're listening to the Our Take Podcast with Bryan Sherman.
He had a full head, all the way till the end. It was white, and I was hoping to get that. I was hoping to get, like, the full head, and it was really hard to cut it off.
And Spencer Rogers.
To be a good pilot, you have to be able to make good decisions, and I know what my credit score is, so I know I don't make good decisions.
This is the Our Take Podcast.
From Scary Parrot Media Studios in Ogden, Utah, it's the Our Take Podcast, episode 120. I'm Bryan.
I am Spencer.
It's Halloween, everybody. Happy Halloween, Spencer.
It is Halloween, real Halloween.
Real Halloween.
Not fake yesterday Halloween.
Yeah, just depending on what neighborhood you live in, it might have been Halloween yesterday.
I don't think that when you think of trick-or-treating, you think of my neighborhood.
That's true.
You think of, if I go trick-or-treating in this neighborhood, I'm going to get stabbed.
Yeah, let's just put it this way. When you drive down Spencer Street, there's a lot of deals going on.
Yeah. You might get mistaken. Trick-or-treat might be code for give me some heroin.
Right. It's north. It's north of 30th Street and west of Washington. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
If you live in Ogden. It's
Do you?
a great place.
Wait. It's gentrifying.
I don't know if that's a good thing, but it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So October the 31st, on this day in history, in 1999, Egypt's Air Flight 990 crash.
I don't remember that one.
Off the eastern coast of the U.S., killed all 217 people aboard.
That's not funny, but I do have a funny story. So as you know, I work at SkyWest, or
Yeah.
should I say the name of the company? It doesn't matter. People know by now. I work at an airline in multimedia, graphics, and stuff. And we're redoing our safety cards, the passenger safety cards. And whoever did them last, I don't know if you've ever seen you have, right? You've looked at least once. There's normally, when you do a water landing or on land, there's a plane, but it's just sitting there on top of the water or on top of the ground.
Yeah.
It's not like in pieces or blown up or anything.
Like on Fight Club when they change them all. Remember that?
No.
Oh, man. That's like one of the things of Project, is it Project Mayhem in Fight Club? Yeah.
It's been a long time.
But they change all the cards to like people screaming and the plane's on fire and stuff.
Well, whoever did our last ones has the angle of the plane nose down into the ground. And so I want to change it and leave those two icons and then just put circles and X's around everything else and say, if your plane lands like this, you don't need the rest of this.
Wait, so it's just a picture of it nose.
Yeah, it's like nose diving into the ocean.
But is it like as if it's like stuck like that?
Well, yeah,
okay.
But it's like that's not how you're not going to survive that.
You should pitch the ones that as you move them, the picture moves
like a hologram.
Yeah, so you can see the plane. This is what it looks like if it crashes. Yeah.
Then it actually hits and explodes.
Yeah.
Then if you turn it the right way, you turn it the right way, and then the X's come up,
right?
And it's like you don't need these,
right?
But if you, I get
you see
it.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
right.
I'm with you.
What else happened on this day in history? In 1992, the Catholic Church regrets its handling of Galileo Galilei's case.
I've never known the Catholic Church to regret handling things.
This is the one and only time. Never mind the what was it, like a week ago that like 200,000 French men came forward that they were all abused. It was some crazy number. In the
I don't remember
Church.
that, but
It was
I'm
just
sure.
a couple weeks
I'm
ago.
sure it's like a monthly occurrence.
But yeah, Pope John Paul II acknowledged the errors committed by the Catholic Church while dealing with Galileo Galilei in the 17th century.
Oh,
just took him.
Well, then we can expect an apology in like another 300
years. Right.
About all the molestations.
Right. Yeah.
Huh. That's cool.
Yeah.
Good for them for finally for copping too, You know
guess.
why? They're probably like, hey,
that's why Pope John
they're
Paul
probably
II was
like,
killed.
oh, science is real. We think maybe we should.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, Galileo.
What was it? Yeah. So
Our bad.
as you know, from last episode, I talked about how I'm no longer listening to a particular radio station here, 97.5 The Zone, because KSL took over, or Bonneville took over and canned everybody. So I've been looking for podcasts to listen to on my way home.
Yeah.
Because I can listen to the news, but it gets kind of boring, same stories over and over again for an hour. But one thing I've noticed about podcasts, the ones I've been listening to at least, is their intros are so long. Have you ever noticed this before? Like, there was a podcast I listened to. It was like 20 minutes before. I was like more than halfway home before a host got on there and started.
Really?
Yeah, man. I swear. First they had to read their sponsors, and then their intro music was like a half an hour long. I was like, what is this?
I think Joe Rogan, renowned asshole. But no, not that. He's renowned for the beginning of every show, it's like 8 minutes of ads.
You can actually just...
Well, I know, but it's just weird.
No one's ever thought of that. You just move the dial.
I think people have thought about it.
Just saying, the sponsors don't think.
The sponsors don't. Just like TV advertising hasn't
Have
gone
you ever
down
bought
since
anything
DVRs.
off of a podcast advertisement?
I have to think.
Or even a TV advertisement?
No, I'm more likely when it's like the algorithm on TikTok or Facebook pitches me something. I'm like, yeah, I do need that.
I try not to stay on the ads for very long because I don't,
Because they know.
Yeah.
They know how long.
So I just swipe them.
I don't know. Not from a podcast.
I never was going to go to McDonald's until I see a McDonald's commercial, and then I'm like, ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Gotta go.
I need to go right now. So if anyone thinks our podcast intro is too long and we don't get to the heart of whatever the hell it is we're talking about, which is normally just nonsense.
I'm pretty sure it's exactly 30 seconds because you can hit that 30-second skip button depending on your podcast app, and I think it skips right over all the stuff that...
Maybe that's
we
why
can get rid of
that's
it.
why we don't have a lot of listeners, is because they know if we get more listeners, we'll get sponsors and have to do 8 minutes of...
I really like our intro music, though.
Yeah, no, it's great. I think it's short and fast, and we get right to it.
Right. Now here we are talking about it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I sent you a video. Did you get that?
No.
You didn't? Or you just haven't seen it?
I haven't seen it.
So, as you know, I moved recently, and my birds moved along with me. And for those that have listened before, you know that I have way too many cockatiels, parakeets.
Yes.
And they have their own window. And I have, when I moved to this neighborhood, I decided I needed security cameras.
Okay. It's probably for the best.
And they're motion activated.
Okay.
And I caught this guy right here looking at my birds through the window like it was the Food Network.
All right, let's look.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here we go. Is there sound to this?
No, I
No.
don't think so.
All right. So we're looking at your driveway out to your garbage cans.
Do you see?
Yeah, I see that.
Do you see the guy?
I see the guy.
It's not a guy. It's a bird. It's a falcon.
Oh, wow.
Or sorry, a hawk.
That's a hawk?
It was a Cooper's hawk, yeah. And he's just sitting there like, oh, that looks so delicious. Oh, I got to cook me some cockatiel tonight. Oh, man. How can I get in there and eat those birds?
So your birds are right through this window?
Yeah.
Ah. What did you do? Did you get a gun?
I was at work.
Ah.
And
well,
so I
wouldn't hurt him anyway.
What I did do was talk to him because I can talk through my cameras. And I was like, hey, what are you doing? And he like looked around like, who's talking to me?
And he flew away.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. So, I mean, do you think there's a way that him and the bazillions of cats that also set off my sensors can get in, like through the attic? Do you think they're that crafty?
No. No, I think you're good.
I don't think so.
Do you have an attic?
Yeah, I'm too afraid to go up there, though.
Yeah. You might find another squatter.
Right.
I don't know.
Sometimes I wonder. That's where the ghost is, because I haven't been haunted yet at all that I know of.
That is weird.
You'd expect me to be haunted, right?
A guy died there.
Yeah.
You'd think he'd be around. I don't know.
Are there any you know how you see paranormal activity videos
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, that's crazy, but in reality you're like, that's probably some guy just pulling on a string or something, to make it move. Are there any documented real paranormal activity videos that are like peer reviewed, like
peer-reviewed.
like for sure this happened and we don't know why videos?
I bet you could go to YouTube and find a video guy who's like looked at to see if it's been cut,
Right.
I mean, you do that. Could you tell if you like
I
zoomed
don't
in
know, man.
enough?
There's some good editors out there
Yeah.
that make it hard.
I mean, I don't know about peer reviewed, but I have seen some that I believed.
Well, I know.
I don't know
I
what to
want
make of
to,
it.
but then I'm like, I don't know. This is
But neither science nor religion has an explanation, so it doesn't.
maybe it's
Super confusing.
So what you're saying is that the UFOs that we see are piloted by ghosts.
That makes more sense. Yeah,
We're all in a simulation anyway.
it's true.
Speaking of simulations, you remember World War II?
Yeah.
Yeah, good
Well,
times.
I don't remember it, but
you wear glasses,
yeah.
right? Because you have crappy eyes. Your eyes are terrible.
Fuck you, man. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you ever get told anything when you were growing up that this would help your eyes, would help your
No.
vision?
I didn't start wearing glasses till after college.
But no one's ever said to you should eat more carrots
Yes, someone has said that to me,
because it will help your eyes.
but only with regard to like night blindness.
Night blindness.
Yeah, like it'll help you see better at night. I don't know if that's true.
Oh. Well, I
Is that
got
true?
told. I got told all the time growing up that I should eat carrots, even by like a couple pilots that I knew. They were like, "You got to eat carrots, man. Your eyes." And so that's been, in my mind for all these years. And then come to find out, it's a hoax. Like many of the things that we believe now, or used to.
From the carrot lobby.
Kind of. So it actually dates back to World War II.
Okay.
And during the Blitzkrieg, Blitzkrieg,
Yeah.
when they were all high on meth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a documentary about that,
Yeah.
about them being high on meth.
All of them were,
Yeah.
especially the Germans.
Yeah. Anyway, the British Information Ministry or whatever they're called started putting out a campaign that carrots helped your night vision and carrots helped you see better.
Did they really think so, and they were
No,
trying
no,
to
no,
like,
no.
legitimately help?
No.
Okay.
They did that because the German planes would mysteriously get shot down, and no one was sure, how they were seeing them so well at night.
So, they're bombing London.
So the Germans are coming, and
Right.
the British had such good vision because of the carrots that they could see the planes coming and were able to engage them before.
Well, so somebody noticed that they were good at it and attributed it to carrots.
The British information. Yeah.
The BIM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you know the reality of why they could see
No.
the planes coming?
No.
Because of a new invention
Radar.
called radar. And they didn't want the Germans to know about the radar,
Ah.
so they started this whole carrots keep you healthy and help you to see in the blackouts.
It's
And
brilliant.
yeah.
Wow. This reminds me of the inflatables that the British had as well.
No, man.
Like
We did
inflatable
a
tanks
lot
and
of
shit.
crafty stuff during World War II.
So, in an effort to throw the Germans off of this new tech radar,
Mm-hmm.
the British said, "No, we're just good because we eat a lot of
We
carrots."
eat carrots.
Do you think there were any Germans in the Luftwaffe who were like, "Well, I eat fucking carrots"? I don't see shit.
This guy's just got a bag of carrots in his plane. Like, come on, where's the X-ray vision?
I've been eating carrots for years.
I love carrots. My eyes are orange. I eat so many carrots.
Yeah,
I think that's a thing, right? Your skin will actually turn orange if you eat.
I think so. I think your fingernails grow faster. I think everything just gets a little bit better.
No, I don't know.
If orange eyes is better. I don't know.
So yeah, it just makes you wonder what other kinds of misinformation we've been told over the years too.
Especially by the British.
You know, the whole there was a documentary about the UFOs on Amazon that J.J. Abrams helped with, I think. So it was, like a legit movie.
Did he put a twist on it?
That's not J.J. Abrams.
He does too.
No, that's
I know. They all do.
That's the other guy.
Chris Nolan.
No, what?
M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
They all do. That's what I'm saying. But Abrams directed Alias.
Okay.
You ever watched Alias?
Okay, but M. Night Shyamalan is known for his twist in his.
Sure.
But, come on.
Okay.
Signs and freaking.
Oh, I know.
The Sixth Sense, he was dead the whole time. Spoiler alert.
Anyway, tell me about this doc.
Oh. They kind of alluded. Remember that? What's that guy's name? That's kind of there's Tom DeLonge, and then you see him in all the other documentaries. He's supposedly ex CIA.
The guy who works with Tom.
Yeah, with the beard and
I don't know his name.
Yeah, they're
definitely not his real name.
They're proposing that he may actually be a government plant to push this alien propaganda to cover the fact that we have this other technology.
And Tom's a useful idiot.
Yeah, I think they actually used that phrase.
Yeah. Oh man.
Who knows?
That's horrible. I feel bad for Tom if that's the case.
Well, he is kind of an idiot.
Well, anybody could have got duped. You know?
True.
They make him feel all cool, like you're the one that got the Tic Tac video released. And, you're the one who got the videos off the coast of Australia, like the triangle or whatever it was.
Did he though?
Well, we don't know.
Or did they just want that stuff released to hide the real secret of our warp technology?
So the theory is we have real technology that is capable of what people are seeing in UFOs.
Right,
but
we
the
don't.
government would rather attribute it to UFOs.
Yeah.
Than let.
That is one of the possibilities.
It's not just its citizens. They want to let.
It's not. It's specifically for other countries.
Our enemies.
It would be fine if our citizens really knew. They just can't keep a secret.
It's true. But what enemy is going to be like, I think they're lying.
Probably all of them.
But how are they going to find out what's the difference?
The U.S. has never.
No,
never.
I'm not saying they wouldn't. I'm saying what's the difference? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Like Russia launches that crazy missile that can go hypersonic.
It's just so,
And they put it on TikTok. They're like, look at our new rocket.
North Korea. They don't like to do theirs because most of them fail. But, when they have one that's good, they're like, hey, this went into the China Sea.
Yeah, but South Korea always spills the beans. I get an AP notification.
You think North Korea, hey, shut up.
Yeah.
Just keep your mouth shut.
We're launch something to the ocean.
We
what do
just
you
want to
care?
blow up the U.S.
That's all we're trying to do. We don't care about you.
What is North Korea's end game if they get nukes that will hit the U.S.?
I don't think
to hit the U.S. and then not be a country anymore.
I don't know. What's anybody's end game with nukes?
No, I know.
You really would have
but specifically North Korea's because there's could barely reach the U.S. and aren't that powerful. Like Russia's are huge and
Tsar bomb.
Yeah, it would be a whole thing because they have a ton of them. North Korea is a tiny country with not a big, huge population. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, it's all stupid.
You really would if you were anybody, America included, and wanted to nuke someone. You really would have to nuke everyone else that has a nuke at the same time,
much.
right? You couldn't risk somebody retaliating on behalf of.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's all dumb. It's all dumb.
That's how it ends.
Probably.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the show What We Do in the Shadows?
No.
It's a comedy series on FX, I think.
Okay.
And now it's pretty much my new favorite show. There's 3 seasons, and it's about vampires.
And it's comedy.
Yeah, very.
Buffy.
No, it's
Oh.
not Buffy. So these vampires have lived, like 700 years.
Right.
They all live in a house together. And one night, one of them hears a song on the radio, and he's like, I wrote that song like 500 years ago. And then he starts going through his music library, and he's like, well, just listen to this clip.
Okay.
Ah! Here's another one that was cruelly stolen from me, now sung in every schoolyard across the land. But this is the original.
Stroke, stroke, stroke your cock, I remake it dream. Merrily, 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 life could use more cream.
What I love about it is you wouldn't expect it to rhyme cream with cream. My last love has always been quite music.
All right, I gotta watch that show.
Oh,
now.
I was watching this at work, okay? With my headphones in, right?
Still.
And I started laughing so hard. I can't remember a time I've laughed so hard. I was not expecting that at all. I had to leave work. I had to leave and go out to my car because I think people were thinking I was having an emotional breakdown because I couldn't breathe and I was
so
crying.
Can't tell if you're crying or
Yeah.
laughing. Oh, I've heard that's an acting technique, by the way.
What?
That if you're supposed to be crying in a scene, you fake laugh.
Right.
Like if you're in someone's shoulder.
What was
you know?
So a couple of weeks ago. So occasionally I take pictures, badge photos for pilots at my work, and oh crap, what was the guy's name? It was like young Dick or something. I don't know. It was something stupid. It was some weird.
Like his last name was Young Dick.
I don't know, something. I can't remember.
Okay.
So he told me his name, and I was like, and then he left, and the next guy was there, and I just lost it. And the guy thought I was laughing at him. He's like, "What? What?" I'm like, "I don't know."
Your picture's terrible.
And he starts laughing. Anyway, we have to wait like 10 minutes for him to stop laughing and you know, the redness in his face to go down before we can take his picture.
You embarrassed him so much. It wasn't even something he did.
No. I was like, "I'm sorry, this has never happened before."
Yeah.
And he was like, "That doesn't make me feel any better." That was after the consensual sex, but
right. In the back. The back room, Spencer. Come on. I was watching some TikToks of people arguing about climate change. Speaking of which, have you seen Mitt Romney all of a sudden like swap sides?
Again?
He's saying the Democrats aren't doing enough about climate change.
Oh.
And it just confused the shit out of me. I was like, what is happening? I mean, I appreciate it, Mitt. I agree, but this isn't you. Like
He's also sympathizing with billionaires.
Right,
So I don't
yeah.
know.
Anyway.
Well, did you hear what he said the other day, though? He's like, if you tax the billionaires, then they're not going to want to be job creators anymore. I'm like, Mitt,
That's so played.
go
It's so played.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, these millionaires don't even have a stake in their companies anymore. I don't care. Like, Jeff Bezos, Amazon could collapse tomorrow, and Jeff Bezos would still be rich.
Right. Imagine that email. Hey, guys, government increased taxes, so got to lay some of you off.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh. Can't you, like, give us some of your money, Bezos?
So, I mean,
No, I need to build an enterprise to go to the moon.
how many people does Mitt employ?
I know, right?
Fucking hypocrite.
Why does he have money?
What's that name of that company? Shit.
That's a weird
it's
name for a
hedge fund.
company.
Yeah.
Does it stand for something?
What's that show? Southern New Hampshire Institute of Technology. Did you see Elon Musk's tweet
Which one? I don't know.
about the college he wants? This guy, we know he has Asperger's, okay? So it's not about that. But he tweeted that he wants to start a university. Okay, just hang on. Just hang on.
I am. I'm
Okay.
not going anywhere. I mean, I
gotta
I
find it.
was about to leave.
He
but
tweets this. Am thinking of starting new university, Texas Institute of Technology and Science.
Oh, that's a joke.
Well, of course it's a joke. I'm just wondering why someone
Was that him? I did see that. I didn't think it was him. That
at
posted
Elon
that.
Musk's level is making that kind like it's funny. It's like typing boobs on a calculator, Elon. Like what you're putting it out your stock just dropped.
Don't you know
because you tweeted this.
he's aiming for that writer position on Family Guy.
Sometimes I don't know. I just imagine him sitting in his tiny house that he lives in, and he's like, and starts to tweet it. So anyway, back to climate change.
What the hell were we talking about?
Climate change.
No.
I actually came across. It was videos of Tommy Lahren.
Did you see the TikTok video where the super Republican Trump guy is all of a sudden pro or okay with abortions?
No, was he talking to like Jordan Klepper or something?
Yeah, and he's like, "Well, it's their body, their choice." Oh, this is new for you then, because of the, well. Anyway,
I gotta go.
I won't interrupt you again.
No, it's all right. It's okay. I saw an argument between.
So there
Tommy
I was the other fucker.
between Tommy Lahren and a comedian.
Yeah.
They were having a real discussion about policy issues, and climate change came up. And of course, Tommy is in the same category as like Candace Owens and Tucker and people. And they're talking about this natural patterns that we've heard over and over again, right? That the Earth has natural patterns that it goes through.
Okay, fair enough.
Let's just say that that's what's going on. And it made me think, well, one of the Earth's natural patterns created dinosaurs.
Right.
And I want to know if the Earth started, for lack of a better word, spitting out dinosaurs again. Wouldn't we do something about it? Like,
what do
their argument is
are
that
you wanting to kill dinosaurs?
Yes. Well, the argument is that it's these natural.
I will warn iguanas.
These natural patterns, so there's nothing we can do about it.
Oh.
Like, well, what if one of these natural patterns was T-Rexes and they were terrorizing the suburbs of Chicago?
Look, I think T-Rexes have the right to live. I mean,
right.
I don't think that's look. I get what you're saying. I do.
Like, you would do something about it.
Yeah.
You'd be like, well, we can't have this.
But
we can't have someone at the top of the food chain that's not us.
I don't think that the natural wave that they're taught, or what is it? The circle of life involve. It's
no, not the circle of life. They're talking about like how the Earth warms and cools.
Yeah, the patterns there.
Yeah,
but the humans are kind of a constant. Dinosaurs would be a constant if they hadn't get wiped out by an asteroid.
Right.
So I don't know if that's really that fair of a.
If Earth started to do that, Mother Nature started to create dinosaurs again, like on the Galapagos.
Well, we'd probably open a park.
And the company, InGen,
started
flying them here.
And there'd be 6 bad movies to tell us what would happen the same way.
First one's amazing. It
6 different times.
Watch yourself. Anyway, whatever. My argument falls on deaf ears.
No, I get what you're saying.
You would want to do something about it.
No, of
it's
course.
It's not an argument.
That has always been my argument is, okay, so you don't believe in climate change. Are you okay with there being a giant lake in the middle of the U.S. then?
Right.
Or
we're going to put some sandbags out.
Because we could do something to kind of alleviate it a little bit. We're advanced enough to do that. Or,
Oh, man.
Did you see there's a... They predicted, and I think it's kind of a bit of a stretch, maybe, I don't know, that in 30 years, the middle of the U.S. is going to be the ocean.
The middle?
Yeah, it basically looked like...
Like a bowl?
Like all the red states were underwater. I don't know.
That's just liberal propaganda.
That would be my guess, but...
Oh, that's funny.
See, that's why they don't care. Because they think the ocean's going to come from and come for California and New York.
Well,
but all of a sudden they see the models and they're like, oh
shit.
Oh,
that explains why Mitt switched. That explains it. I want to talk about Kyle Rittenhouse for a second.
Okay.
Do you remember who he is?
I don't.
Last year in Kenosha, Wisconsin, there were protests and.
Yeah.
He's 17 years old.
I do know who he is.
He illegally obtained a firearm.
And he was at a protest and he killed 2 people.
Yeah, he's not even from there. So he's from Illinois. He drove to Kenosha to protect businesses.
Do you think the businesses asked, they call them like, hey, we know you have an illegal gun.
Would you mind?
Would you mind coming down and just keeping watch?
He shot, I think, 6 people or 5 people, killed 3, I believe.
Was it
and there's
3?
video of it,
Mm-hmm.
right? There's also video of him encountering police and the police don't take away his gun.
Oh, right.
He's clearly a kid. Like, he looks like he's 12. They actually throw him a bottle of water. We've talked about it on the show. And told him, like, good job, we're glad you're here, some shit.
Right.
Anyway, he is going to trial tomorrow for murder charges. And the judge in the case said that the prosecution cannot refer to the people he shot as victims during the case.
He looks like such a bastard.
The judge?
No.
Rittenhouse?
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's what the judge said. The word victim is loaded. It's a loaded word. And I think alleged victim is a cousin to it. You can use the terms complaining witness or decedent to refer to those shot by Rittenhouse.
Wait. What is it? Is the decedent a deceased witness?
It's a dead victim.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Is that cousins with alleged?
Yes. Yeah. It gets better, though.
Alleged dead victim?
It gets better.
The alleged dead man, we don't know if he's really dead.
If you want to say you can't use victim because it's loaded and it might taint the pool.
Taint. I'm
fine.
sorry.
But the judge, however, is allowing the defense to refer to the people he shot, the victims, that he shot, as arsonists, looters, or rioters.
And rapists and,
So
and pillagers and
So the prosecution
Vikings.
is calling out this double standard.
Right.
And here's what the judge had to say. Let the evidence show what the evidence shows. If the evidence shows that any or more than one of these people were engaged in arson, rioting, or looting, then I'm not going to tell the defense they can't call them that. And I thought, well, if the evidence shows that the people who died were victims of a fatal gunshot wound, then what can't you call them victims?
Are the prosecutors going after that?
Of course, but they can't do anything now. Here's my prediction. My prediction is somewhere in the case or after they're going to ask for a mistrial on these grounds, or this will be the basis of their appeal if the prosecution loses. That's my guess, because in my opinion, this is grounds for a mistrial or an appeal.
Yeah, the judge is stupid.
Isn't that weird?
That is weird. Where's this taking place?
Wisconsin.
Is it? I thought there was somewhere where I can't remember. There was a case where they're trying to find somewhere where there'd be.
No, I think they asked to move his case like they always do, but they're like, "Where are you going to move it? That doesn't know what happened." Like,
have you ever been called to jury duty?
No, I've gotten the initial letter that's like you might be called to jury duty, but never gone. I'm pretty sure I'd be kicked out on day one though. They'd be like, "Nah, this guy's."
Well, do you know the case? Like, do these jurors know the case that they're getting assigned?
Oh no.
So why can't you just lie and be like, "Oh no, I
don't know.
I'm completely impartial," and then just crucify him?
No, I think they know. It might depend on the state, but I remember during Derek Chauvin's case that the jury pool that they were selecting from knew the case, and because they were asked,
right?
What do you know about this case? Fuck cops, man.
Right.
All right, you're out. So, yeah, I don't know, but I'm assuming.
What happens if you can't find an impartial jury?
I don't think that's ever. Well, I think it's impartial, quote unquote.
Oh, this judge.
I mean, a judge can still overturn a verdict.
This judge looks like a real bastard.
Yeah. That's a weird one, though. So, let's be interesting to watch the trial and see what the prosecution comes up with.
Are you going to watch the trial? Can you? Is it an open door trial?
I don't know.
Is that a phrase? Open.
Maybe they'll do like a. Remember when Michael Jackson was on trial and they did a recreation with that look-alike?
I don't. Is that real?
Yeah, it was on Court TV, I think, which is now True TV. But they had that look-alike just sit at the witness table, like, and they would
I don't remember that.
reenact the arguments.
I'm gonna have to look into this.
The judge wouldn't allow cameras.
Speaking of cameras, did you see that Cops is back?
No, really?
But
it's from the angle of the criminal.
No, it's the same Cops, but it is on a streaming service.
All right.
Fox News' new streaming service.
Come on. Really?
Yeah. Bummer.
Is it still Langley and whatever? Is it still like the exact same show?
It looks like it,
Interesting.
but I don't want to subscribe to Fox.
No, I mean I like Cops, but
not Fox Cops.
I mean when I say that, I mean I like the show. I
Right.
like the show Cops.
Oh, you don't like Cops?
I mean, it just doesn't matter, like, of generally speaking.
I have
right
a
now,
new
just have
friend
a hard
who's.
time.
I have a friend who is going to be a cop shortly.
We should have both of them
supposedly.
back. Officer Riley and your new
I
friend.
know he doesn't listen to this, so Riley's way more intelligent than this guy. I'm actually pretty worried about the city he's going to work in.
That's so rude. No, Riley's a good guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
need to go.
I
on
think
a
like
ride
a
along
lot of
with him.
people kind of got a bad taste in the mouth right now with police officers. Whatever.
Yeah.
Speaking of police officers,
Yeah.
here's one for you.
Huh?
This one's interesting. Capitol Police.
Yeah, I remember them.
An officer accused of obstruction of justice has resigned.
Mm.
His attorneys say he was, engaged in acts of heroism on January 6th, responding to the attacks, blah, blah, blah. He's facing 2 counts of obstruction of justice over allegations he tried to help a person avoid being prosecuted in connection with the January 6th insurrection. All right?
Mm-hmm.
So hear the story. You tell me what you think. Court documents say, oh man, this cop's name is Riley. Court documents say Riley sent a Facebook friend request to someone referred to as Person 1, despite the fact that they did not know each other. Okay? That unnamed individual accepted the friend request, and Riley sent Person 1 a direct message asking him to take down videos and photos on Person 1's account that showed Person 1 in the Capitol on January 6th. Quote, "Hey, Person 1, I'm a Capitol police officer who agrees with your political stance. Take down the part about being in the building. They are currently investigating, and everyone who was in the building is going to be charged. Just looking out." Prosecutors also say Person 1 sent several videos to Riley that indicated that Person 1 was both inside and outside the Capitol. He responds, quote, "I get it. It was a total shit show. Just wanted to give you a heads up. I'm glad you got out of there unscathed. We had over 50 officers hurt, some pretty bad." Is that obstruction of justice to you?
Yeah.
To send a message to someone on Facebook saying, hey, you might want to take those videos down.
Oh, yeah. I mean.
He's not the investigating officer.
Oh.
He's just an officer who was there.
Well, maybe not. I don't know. What do you think?
If you committed a crime and you said, hey, Bryan, I just robbed this house.
Yeah.
Just barely.
Right.
Minutes ago.
Right.
And I said on the phone, hey, it's probably a good idea that you go back and wipe off your fingerprints. Did I obstruct justice?
Yes?
Really?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
no, this guy's an asshole.
Yeah,
right?
I
That's-
mean, like
that's beside the point.
If I was the victim, and I found out that there was a way to find out who this person was, and you obstructed it.
Did I obstruct it by
Yeah,
telling you? Did I go wipe off your fingerprints?
Well, no, but you gave me the advice. That makes you a co-conspirator.
So could Law and Order be obstructing justice every episode they play that shows you should watch your DNA? And
probably.
I don't agree with this cop. He's an idiot. He's an asshole.
Yeah.
Whatever. But is it obstruction of justice to tell someone, hey, might want to take that video down?
I don't know, man.
Where does it stop?
I don't
Because
know.
you could switch it. You could switch it, right?
But but it's different than if I posted a picture of my bare ass, and my boss was like, "Hey, you should probably take that down so you don't get fired." Versus, if I stab someone and put a picture of it, and my boss was like, "Hey, you
so you're
should
saying
probably take that down."
The level of crime,
right?
So I don't think the courts view it that way. I don't think the courts care what level of crime you're accused of. If there's obstruction, there's obstruction.
Mm-hmm.
But you could stick with, let's say you showed your bare ass to someone,
mm-hmm.
and I said, hey, you might want to remove that, otherwise you're going to get charged with lewd and lascivious behavior.
Plus, it's just gross, right?
And then the cops are like, did you tell Spencer to take that down? Yes. You're under arrest for obstruction of justice.
All right.
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
We'll see how it goes. I could just see this going the other way and be like, well, I thought it was just good advice.
He is a cop, though. I mean,
So his position as a law enforcement officer shouldn't be telling someone to.
I mean,
At what point
So
is legal advice
if
obstruction of justice?
but what if someone got stabbed, and then they called their friend the police officer, knowing full well that they're not going to turn him in, and the police officer was like, "Hey, you should probably get rid of that knife and bury it in a hole in a well." Wouldn't that be?
So the police officer, you're saying no one else knows who stabbed the person except for this police officer.
Right.
The police officer told the person, "Hey, you should get rid of the knife."
Right.
Did the police officer get rid of the knife though?
No, but he's attempting to hide something. He's obstructing justice. Justice needs to be served. It's like you're the server at a restaurant and you've got your steak and you're bringing it to the table. Then someone steps in front of you and says, "Hey, you can't take that steak to the table." They're obstructing.
No, it's more like saying,
justice.
"Hey, server, you probably shouldn't take that steak to the table." He didn't make him take down the post.
I don't know, man.
At what point is it? Maybe it should be obstruction on the person who took it down.
Well, yeah.
You posted evidence that you committed a crime, and then you removed it. Let's just go there. Let's take the cop out of it. If you posted evidence of a crime that you committed, and let's say at the time you didn't realize it was a crime,
Right.
like breaking into the Capitol, and then you took it down,
Right.
is that obstruction of justice?
I don't know, man.
Like if you got pulled over and I was like, "Look, I know you were speeding, but just tell him you weren't. I told you that, the driver. I told you to lie to a police officer." How far down can this go? This cop could be like, "Well, I didn't tell him that. It was because my buddy told me to tell him that."
Then everyone goes to jail. Everyone goes to jail.
It's just an interesting one. We'll see how it plays out. I just wanted to see your take, but now I see that you.
I don't know. I don't know what to take.
I don't know. I just don't know how you can, live with yourself when you have that opinion.
Well, I don't know.
Just kidding.
Me.
All right, here's another one.
'Kay.
Supreme Court.
Oh, those guys.
This one, you might be pleasantly surprised. Okay, Maine passed a vaccine mandate in 2019, pre-pandemic, that removed religious exemption for healthcare workers for other vaccines. Okay, flu. Now that's applying to COVID. So plaintiffs are challenging it in the court, saying that it's a violation of their religious freedom.
Okay.
Supreme Court disagreed with them and let the law stand.
Really? Did Brett Kavanaugh take that day off or something? Did he not show up?
He agreed with the majority, believe it or not.
Whoa.
It was Gorsuch, Alito, and Thomas that dissented. So Kavanaugh and Barrett were on the majority of this one.
Bum, bum, bum.
But there's a lot of interesting points here that I want to read to you and see what you think, okay? The plaintiff Gorsuch said this in his dissent. Where many other states have adopted religious exemptions, Maine has chartered a different course. Their healthcare workers who have served on the front line of the pandemic for the last 18 months are now being fired, and their practice is shuttered, all for adhering to their constitutionally protected religious beliefs. Their plight is worthy of our attention. Maybe, Neil. I don't know. You shouldn't be on the Supreme Court anyway.
That's true. But he's not that bad.
No, I'm really surprised Kavanaugh didn't go this way. One of the judges, though.
Maybe he talked to Squee and...
Yeah, Squee was like, "No, man, you're wrong on this one." One of the first federal judges, when this was going up the chain, said this about allowing the law to stand. Both the serious risk of illness and death associated with the spread of COVID-19 and the efforts by state and local governments to reduce that risk have burdened most aspects of modern life. The plaintiff's refusal to be vaccinated based on their religious beliefs has resulted or will result in real hardships as it relates to their jobs. They have not, however, been prevented from staying true to their professed religious beliefs, which they claim compel them to refuse to be vaccinated. It's a good opinion.
Mm-hmm.
All right? And then a 3-panel judge said this. The regulation did not single out religion for disfavored treatment. In a 1990 decision, the Supreme Court ruled that bear with me, this sentence is heavy. It's dirty, okay?
Oh.
The neutral laws of general applicability that incidentally impose burdens on religion generally do not run afoul of the First Amendment's protections of religious liberty.
Ooh, you lost me at incidentally.
So this was a decision in 1990 by the Supreme Court that said, look, if there's a law that is neutral in all other aspects, but it just happens to put some burden on religion, generally speaking, that doesn't infringe on your First Amendment right.
Interesting.
There's a really funny part to this, though.
Okay.
I don't know if it's ha-ha funny.
No.
But, the plaintiff said this: almost every other state has found a way to protect against the same virus without trampling religious liberty.
Huh.
Have they?
Well,
I think the numbers would disagree with you there.
Utah is one of the 19 states that are suing Joe Biden?
Yeah, I just don't understand how you can say that with a straight face. Every other state has found a way to protect against this same virus. What are you talking about? People are dying at
Every day.
enormous rates.
Still. But that's... I don't...
So-
has the Republican Party come to terms that with that their constituents are dying every day from
think
this
so.
virus?
Yeah, because
do
remember
they-
we talked about when Tucker all of a sudden switched course.
Right.
Remember?
Well, Tucker Carlson is part of the liberal media. You need to listen to Newsmax and all that stuff before,
You'll really like this one. Here. PETA. Gotta love him.
Oh yeah, I did see that. I saw that and I was like, this is so stupid.
PETA calls on the MLB to replace the term bullpen with arm barn to be more animal friendly.
Arm barn. All right, I'm down with that. There he goes down to the arm barn. They got Rodriguez
They say
warming
that
up in the arm barn down there.
It does rhyme.
The arm barn.
The bullpen references the holding area where terrified bulls are kept before slaughter, according to the People's for Ethical Treatment of Animals. I just want to know, though, I mean, I could be wrong, but aren't a lot of barns used to hold food? Terrible, gross food for terrified animals who are about to be slaughtered?
I've never known PETA to overreact to something. So they must be spot on with this. This must be a terrible thing.
I just think that barn has a more negative connotation to animals than bullpen.
It's just a barn full of arms. They're just hanging there. They've been harvested from the bulls.
Arm barn.
I wonder where the term bullpen really originates.
Well, that's what they say. I said when I read that, I was like, no, the bullpen to me is just where a pitcher goes to warm up.
Right.
But the original reference is where bulls are kept before they're slaughtered. But it's taken on a different colloquial definition. Clearly.
So did you hear about the Beagles this week?
Like the Beatles cover band?
The Beagles. The dogs.
No. What about
Really?
them?
So, basically, Republicans are coming out and saying that Anthony Fauci approved and put forth this command to test on beagles and let gnats eat them alive and
Test what on beagles?
Okay, just type in beagles in Google and look at all the news headlines.
Beagles.
How did you not hear about this?
Here are the facts about Dr. Anthony Fauci and the experiments involving dogs.
Okay, but
Pointer. I never heard of this place. Blog post from a conservative watchdog group. Come on.
no,
Is this punny news?
no,
A
no, no,
watchdog
no,
group?
no.
Okay.
But so my sister texted me this the other night, and she's like, "I can't believe that he's doing this." And I Googled Beagle, went into news, and I'm reading all these headlines that are basically like, Anthony Fauci kills beagles.
Okay, I gotta find it.
every one of them, Fox News, Newsweek, The Independent, New York Post, The Sun, TMZ. I'm like, no.
Oh, here it is.
No, no major non-right-wing lunacy news agency has picked this up at all.
So collectively, the posts accuse the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, which Fauci directs, of allocating money for various studies that exposed beagles to harsh treatment, including sandfly bites, devocalization, and euthanasia. I had a neighbor once who had their schnauzer devocalized.
That's terrible.
Yeah,
Why would they do that?
because schnauzers are known for barking
Well,
incessantly.
then don't get a schnauzer.
I agree, but it just like had a whisper bark. It was like,
What a dick.
yeah, it's
You
weird.
should do that to him.
So,
I guess what I'm saying is why Anthony Fauci has been in his position for like 20 plus
he
years.
served like 6 administrations.
And to bring this out now, when it, obviously if it did happen the way it happened, would have happened under many administrations.
Right.
So why is it coming out now?
Did they put in a year that it happened, or did they leave that out?
Of course they left it out. But it's just all they're trying to do is discredit Fauci because these people don't want to get their vaccines. I mean, it's...
Oh, look, there's some fake news. So apparently people were using this picture.
Right.
It was from a study in Tunisia.
Right.
That's nice. It's probably just a new Cambridge Analytica company that's doing all this shit.
Probably.
I don't understand the hate of Fauci. I really don't.
I don't either.
All he's done is serve his country.
Don't get it. He was in there all of Trump. He was in there for all of Obama, for Clinton, for other Bush and other Bush.
Right.
And it's just because people don't want to get their prick.
Right.
It's not
right.
It's not that hard, man. Just take the freaking vaccine.
No.
Like I get it.
No,
I
don't get it.
You don't want the government to tell you what to do. Fine. But just go get the vaccine. It's fine. No one is dying. Are you dead?
It's got to be my idea.
Are you dead from the vaccine?
Not yet.
I don't know, man. I need to go get a booster. So
I
I'm
do
fat
too.
and I can get one.
And it's available for 5 to 11-year-olds now. I think Pfizer.
Oh, that'll help me out.
It will.
How?
Because the more people who are vaccinated. Come on.
Should we take a break?
Yeah,
Is it
let's take a
time?
break. Yeah.
This is shorter.
No, we're an hour in.
Are we?
Yeah.
Oh.
Ish.
Wow. All right. When we come back. Oh, I have random headlines somewhere. They're not great.
But they're random.
Yes. And I don't know. Maybe we should do a. What's that one thing which wing?
Yeah. Which wing?
I don't remember that website. Crap. Anyway, when we come back, all that and that's probably it.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled program to bring you these random headlines.
Now I am. Hi, we're back. Hey, by the way, you can find us at the Artake Pod on TikTok or theartakepodcast.com. Go there. See Spencer's shirts. Hey, you didn't tell us about your shirt.
Oh, yeah. This is a completely unlicensed shirt that I probably would get in trouble for if I sold. I think I am selling it.
Are they branded?
Well, it's Bombardier.
Is that how you say that?
It's French.
Well, I know it's French. I think I just would have said Bombardier.
It's from French Canada.
Ah, Quebec.
Yep. These are CRJs. They're the planes that SkyWest flies, or some of them.
All right.
Bombardier.
So all of SkyWest jets are made?
No.
Oh.
But
are the CRJs?
The
they're
CRJ,
Canadian?
yeah. Well, they were. They're.
Does it stand for Canadian Regional Jet?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Actually,
That's a total guess.
it's Canadair regional jet, but
Close enough.
essentially, yeah.
I'm really impressed.
Because Canadair was a company that made the originals, and then Bombardier bought them, and then a couple years ago, Mitsubishi bought Bombardier's airline, and then they canceled the line, so they don't actually make them anymore. They just service them.
So you had English-speaking Canadians, then French-speaking Canadians, and then Mitsubishi, which is Korean?
Japanese.
All right.
But I don't think we really deal with the higher ups really.
Yeah, they don't make planes over there.
No. Our other planes are made in Brazil. The ERJs, which stands for Embraer. Regional jet.
All right.
Oh.
Well, I'll try and you send me a graphic. I'll put it up on the website.
Oh yeah.
You can buy Spencer's shirts.
Worn.
You can buy Spencer's worn shirts if you want. He'll wear them. I mean, people are into that.
They'll be. Tell me your size and I'll squeeze into it. You want a small? I will wear it. I cannot guarantee that it will be small when it gets to you.
And you pay by the hour.
And it may be ripped.
$10 an hour. You tell Spencer how long you want him to wear it.
We should do an episode of me trying to squeeze into a small or medium shirt. Just put that on camera, put that on TikTok, and see what that generates.
You know what we should
us.
do? Let's tag it on the very end of an episode and not tell anyone, and see if they stick past the. We don't have credits, but stick past the end screen.
We have a crisis in California.
Okay.
Well, there was an oil spill recently there.
Yeah.
Well, there's something that is even more tragic that has happened, especially in light of last year. Hundreds of rolls of toilet paper have spilt onto the California highway.
Come on.
Traffic on a stretch of California highway was slow due to unusual hazard. Hundreds of toilet paper rolls in the roadway. This happened in San Leandro, which I believe translates to a whale's. What is that from Ron Burgundy?
Yeah, a whale's vagina.
Yeah.
I think I might have found it here. Is it this one right here?
Yeah.
There you go.
There it is. The origins of the toilet paper rolls and how they came into be in the roadway. Wait, we don't know why they're in the roadway. That's the end of the story.
Maybe they were dropped from a
No
plane.
one knows. No one knows why they're in the roadway.
I mean, that's like currency. I'm surprised people aren't scrambling.
I would just pulled over and be like, oh.
Yeah.
Look at that truck right there. That could be full of toilet paper rolls.
Idiot.
I mean,
idiot.
Do you need your toilet paper to be clean? Because
no.
What goes on it?
Yeah, why would you need it to be clean?
It needs to be sparkling.
You could just,
dust
just
it off.
Just dust it.
And only the first couple strands is going to be dirty.
That's true. Just don't. You
don't even
have to dust it off. Just roll it out.
Even if it's been rolled over by a car, you just use the whole thing.
Well, you squeeze it back into a circle, then it'll fit on the. Just like.
I mean, I guess.
I thought you were gonna say it would spill into water. That would be devastating. This.
I don't know. Would it be?
This is reusable.
I mean, toilet paper is
still usable.
pretty good at dissolving.
No. I meant because it wouldn't be usable.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bring it out, let it dry. I
just
don't
roll
know.
it out onto the street. Dry.
Let it dry and re-roll it. Michael Jordan. Are you familiar with Michael Jordan?
The actor, Michael B. Jordan?
Yeah.
Okay.
His rookie shoes.
Okay.
No.
It's from his first
first movie. Michael Jordan's rookie shoes, the actual Michael Jordan. If you were named Michael Jordan and wanted to be a famous actor, would you just grab a stage name?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, come on.
Dude, what if that's not his real name?
That'd be stupid.
That would be
I'd
stupid.
be mad at
Now
him.
I have to know.
Michael Jordan's rookie year shoes have sold. Now,
Okay.
what would you expect a pair of Nike shoes worn by Michael Jordan during his rookie season with the Bulls to go for?
I just saw it. I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm gonna say
no. You just the whole episode. Turn it off. Turn everything off. I can't deal with this anymore. We'll do it live.
I would say it's like maybe
Shut up! You already saw it. Just say what it is.
$69,000.
Go.
I would have actually expected them to sell for more than that.
Really?
They sold for 71, by the way. 71K, right?
No.
Oh, I'm looking at, what is this? What am I looking at? Is this from a long time ago?
I don't know. This is from October 25th, 2021.
Well, this is Bleacher Report. I don't know the date. Oh, 2015. Well, here we see we're adding layers to the story.
Okay,
In 2015, they
okay.
sold for 71,000.
Another pair of shoes went for auction and sold for 615,000 in 2020. I don't know if this is the same pair, but this particular pair was sold for 1.47 million.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's Banksy numbers. It's up there with Banksy.
Why can't we know who Banksy is?
I'm sure someone does.
What if it's like 5 people?
I don't know. Maybe.
What's to stop me from going and putting a Banksy and selling it?
Nothing.
Whatever. You've seen Pawn Stars. You know how good they are with those.
I got a guy.
His signature is slightly curved here, and normally it would be less curved, and the G would have a perpendicular line crossing through its...
I just like how he has a buddy for everything.
Yeah. You know Chumley's like a rapist or something, right?
Yeah, you can get busted.
Oh, child porn.
Banksy. You can see that this signature clearly says Ranksy. It's not going to fly.
Anyway, 1.47 million. How freaking stupid is that?
It's pretty stupid, but it's what I expected.
What
what I
What are
expected.
you going to do with these?
In 5 years, they'll auction them off.
Do Michael Jordan shoes appreciate? Is that
Yeah,
is that a
absolutely.
good investment?
Everything appreciates.
I mean, at what point in history does it become irrelevant? Because Michael Jordan is famous, and he will be for many years to come. But at some point, I mean, do
That's
you
a
know
really
any?
good
Do you know any
question.
famous athletes that competed in the first Olympics? I mean, how much would you pay for their Nike shoes?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's I've never thought about that before.
Eventually,
How long will he be relevant?
Eventually, people go into obscurity. Now, there are famous people, who don't, like Beethoven and Bach, but there was other composers. Hitler. There were other composers and dictators. During that time.
And composing dictators.
Yeah.
I in college I took an intro to classical class.
Yeah.
An intro. It was literally 10-10.
Yeah.
And the professor, if she was a professor, I don't know, maybe she's a lecturer. She said the first day, if you haven't been listening to classical music like your whole life, this is not the class for you. I looked at her, I'm like, it's intro. It's intro.
Did you actually look at her like that?
Yeah, it's like, it's intro.
It's intro. It's intro.
But I wrote a
you walk
paper.
out?
I wrote a paper in that class saying that, Mozart and Beethoven, the likes of which we just will never see again.
Sure.
And she wrote on my paper, there are a lot of good composers today. I was like, what are their names?
Randy from down the street. I took a
Hans Zimmer.
I took a music appreciation class in a community college.
Yeah.
And I slept through the majority of it because it was in an auditorium with regular,
We spent an entire 2 sessions of that class talking about Beethoven's Fifth and the recurring theme of the short, long. Dun, 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 dun. Short, long.
Is that when you're comparing
Yes.
3 white guys in a row?
Yeah. It's short, long. Like that was the level. It's like, it was worse than analyzing poetry.
Oh.
You think Beethoven's like, I got to work this short, long back in somewhere.
Right.
Where am I going to, I don't know. I'm on the 5th movement. I don't know where to put it. Can't bring it back in.
How many movements have you had today?
1.
Anyway. I feel
Relevance. Michael
yeah,
Jordan.
Yeah. I feel like there's something else I was going to say. You made me forget.
I don't know, because he's not even like, it's Larry West is that his name? Larry? The NBA logo guy.
Oh, yeah. Everyone thinks it's Jordan, but it's not.
No, it's
some white guy.
Jerry. Larry West. It's Jerry
Who
West.
the hell is
He
Larry West?
played for the Lakers.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to change it to Kobe.
Yeah.
last
Then
year.
they were like, no, we still.
I'd actually be
in this
down.
predominantly black league, we still need a white guy representing us. So that's
be down for
that's
Kobe.
why Adam Sterling is Adam
Adam
Silver.
Silver. I think
One
that
of them's
they're
a rapist and one of them's a.
I think their reasoning was that they don't have to pay licensing for the Jerry West logo.
You don't think that the
Kobe Bryant
the
Foundation-
Bryant family would be okay with that?
No, the NBA would have to pay them.
Right. They don't because they don't have enough money.
No.
I can't imagine.
Anyway, but yeah, he's not even like for the GOAT, he's not branded. But Nike's not gonna. His relevance will stay as long as
Jordan's branded.
Well, no, like not with the NBA.
Yeah, but he's branded with Nike.
As long as Nike's around, I think that he'll be relevant.
Do you wear Nikes?
No.
No, I wear Vans mostly.
I mean, not out of principle or anything. I don't play a lot
Do
of
you see Colin
basketball.
Kaepernick is going to have his own stupid show? I don't know. It just looks
They're
stupid.
planning on it being stupid, or
I don't know. He wasn't that good of a quarterback, and I don't know. I just think it's funny that
I doubt that that's relevant to the show. I think it probably
it kind of, but it's
social
like
influence.
every time when I grew up, I wanted to be a quarterback in the NFL, and like, all right,
and it worked.
and it worked for a minute. I don't know, whatever. Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been to Louisiana?
No,
It's gross.
it's rude.
Like the temperature is. It's hot. Anyway, so there these people were in a rural area in Louisiana when they captured photos of a zebra.
Okay.
That's not normal, just so you know. There's no zebras in Louisiana.
Oh, I thought that's where they were from.
No. So the zebra apparently was unhappy about its new pasture and went for a run. I guess it got out, and then people were asking around if they'd seen a missing zebra, because that's perfectly normal. How do you lose a zebra?
I don't know.
It's not like they blend in to
There's a lot of stripes.
to the Louisiana terrain.
Yeah.
So
I mean, who did it belong to?
I don't know, some guy that likes zebras.
It's so weird to me that you can get animals like the Tiger King guy. Like, I don't know how you get.
You got to cut down on that. You got to cut down on
exotic
that
animals.
crap, man. Hopefully that they're doing away with a lot of that.
I don't think
Especially
so.
after Tiger King. That guy was a douche.
Yeah.
Remember how he thought Trump was going to pardon him, and he got a limo
had
to
a
come
limo.
pick him up, and had showered that day and was all ready to be.
Combed his
What
mullet.
a douche!
Yeah. He was totally.
Even if I was President Trump, and even if I kind of like wanted to pardon him, that'd be too good to pass
He's
up.
like
the
signing the
opportunity to
paper.
not,
Like, did you say he has a limo waiting? No, let's tear it up.
no.
Yeah, there was a limo outside of the prison.
Yeah.
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 Do you think they still paid him? The limo driver. He's like, well, I came out here.
What a douche.
Yeah.
All right, that is it for random headlines. But before we're done here, I want to play a game of Which Wing. I don't know how loud this is going to be. Oh, there we go. Now, we haven't done this in a while, but these are stories from the news organization called All Sides, which is unbiased, balanced news. At least that's what they say. What they do is present the story, and then they present it from a right-leaning organization, a left-leaning organization, and from a center.
It's like their
leaning.
headline, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And so that way you can kind of get a picture of what actually happened. And normally the center one is kind of just the bones of what happened, and there's no, like,
Right.
yeah, it's quite interesting.
It's like Fox, MSNBC, AP is in the middle.
Normally,
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
Okay, so what I do here is I read one of these headlines, and Brian will guess if it's from the right or the left. And for bonus points, he can try and tell me the organization,
Which I think I've earned once.
at least.
Yeah.
At least. And it was like a random one, too. It wasn't even Fox News. It was like, I don't know. Anyway, let's see here. White House considering. Oops, I'm gonna have to open this whole story. It got cut off. White House considering payments of $450,000 per person to immigrant families separated at the border.
Oh man, that could go so many ways.
Yeah, to be fair, the other side of this is pretty similar. It doesn't really lean heavily either way.
All right. Reuters.
You haven't even guessed if it's right or left.
Oh, left.
No.
Oh.
Reuters?
No, they're pretty center.
Yeah, there's one of the center ones.
I know.
This is New York Post.
Mm.
Yeah, this one's lame. I'm sorry.
Thanks. Well,
the left says family members separated at the border may each get up to $450,000, and the center, the Biden administration, is considering for. I should have probably skipped this one.
You see what they did there, though?
Huh?
The right, the subject of the sentence is White House.
Yeah.
The left, the subject of the sentence is family.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
In the center, the subject of the sentence is Mr. Biden.
The Biden administration.
Oh, the Biden. Okay.
It's not even administration. It's just the Biden.
The Biden.
That's what we call them now. The Biden.
The Bidens. All right.
Let's see. I thought I had a better one in here.
What's this website again?
Allsides.com.
It's a good one.
It is, actually. Let's see. Biden gives bizarre answer on abortion after meeting with the Pope. Says Francis he's happy. Wait, what? Biden gives bizarre answer on abortion after meeting with Pope. Says Francis happy he's a good Catholic.
Okay. Man, again. Left.
Really?
I thought that
Biden gives bizarre answer?
Yeah, because the left wants him to be stronger on it. Okay. You see where I came from there?
Yeah, I guess, but only the right would use the word bizarre in.
That's true.
In a Biden story. What's the organization?
Fox.
No, it's the Washington Examiner. How could you be so stupid? The left says Biden says Pope Francis told him he's a good Catholic amid criticism over his abortion views.
Really?
That's
the Pope's like, hey, I know how you feel about abortion. I just still want you to know you're a good Catholic.
Do we know how Joe Biden feels about abortion?
Yeah, he's pro-choice.
But hasn't he also said that he's not like super cool about it? But
no, he's pretty staunch pro-choice.
Okay.
I'm not saying he's done anything about it, but that's his position, and he's taken a lot of shit for it because remember all the bishops were voting whether or not he should be allowed to get communion while serving in a public capacity and supporting abortion, and the Pope said, "Knock it off." Yeah.
From the center, Biden says Pope told him he is a good Catholic amid controversy over abortion.
Again, I just don't think they were in the same sentence or same even conversation.
What do you mean?
Like the Pope was like, "Look, I know you've been going through a ton of shit with this abortion thing, but I, the Pope, think you're a good Catholic." I just don't think they were in the same, even in the same conversation. I doubt it even came up, Anyway, doesn't matter.
Probably.
Is that it?
Yeah, the rest of these suck.
Well, we had a suggestion to look up the definition of obstruction of justice to go back to the cop who clearly
what?
Never mind. So the definition, according to Cornell, defines obstruction of justice as an act
that left-wing radical school,
an act that corruptly or by threats of force or by any threatening letter or communication influences, obstructs, or impedes, or endeavors to influence, obstruct, or impede the due administration of justice. That's tough. But
there's a lot of words.
I'm actually going to change my position based on this definition, only because of the very first word, which is it defines it as an act that corruptly, then we can skip all the commas, influences the due administration of justice.
Bam! I was right all along.
Some people might get hung up on the threats or the threatening letter part, but the very first word is corruptly or by threats of force. So if you'd have to prove that his mode of thinking was corruption.
Right.
Was corrupt in some way. That's the burden of proof I guess you'd have.
So was this guy obstructing justice?
I don't know. I'm not in his head. I'm not a judge.
Maybe you should be.
Maybe.
No.
No, that'd be awful.
No.
I couldn't lock anybody up.
Man, is that it?
I think so.
Huh.
I thought it was fun. I had a good time.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've had better.
Well, thanks for being here, everybody. You can find us at the Arctic Pod on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, or thearcticpodcast.com, where you can stream and watch all of our episodes for free, at least all the ones we've recorded video on. Or just go to YouTube. It's also there. Anyway, for episode
Whoa. Hold on.
120.
Hold on.
I mean, I gave you a lot of time.
I know. I was looking for something to end the show on a
on a lighter
note.
Well, I was ending the show. Now you got to go back into another story?
Yeah.
Okay. Next time, give me a better cue. Let me know when you're ready to actually end.
Man wielding knife sets fire to Tokyo train, injuring at least 8. The suspect was also reported to have scattered cigarette lighter fluid everywhere.
How did he do that with a knife?
I don't know. But that is some lighter news.
Thanks for that. Well, thanks for being here, everybody. Find us at The Arctic Pod on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, or thearcticpodcast.com for episode 120. I'm Bryan.
I am Spencer. We'll see you next time.
What is it?